Welcome to the Coolroom. Slide off your wheels and get real comfy because today we've got some seriously sweet action for your retinal pleasure. This week we kick off the action with some champ car burnouts. Take a dive into the belly of a cave. Break a few bones on the back of a horny beast. And say good day to the Rice Man. With all this and plenty more, there's no place like the Coolroom. Champ Car Racing is America's answer to Formula One. Although the question was never asked, it's still an action-packed motor event. Just because these beasts are quieter than the screaming F1s doesn't mean they're any slower. In fact, it's the opposite. Champ cars are turbocharged, which helps them run both faster and quieter than their Formula One counterparts, whose officials put a ban on turbocharging for safety reasons. The Champ cars are also a lot bigger, so it's pretty much Formula One racing with an American supersized twist. Sneaky little bugger. This is what a spin-out looks like from the driver's point of view. What we can't show you is the murderous fury he must be feeling after sitting in a soiled jumpsuit and losing his $1 million bonus. Not only do these guys get paid millions to drive really fast, they also get their choice of the grid girls. A win is never really a win without the celebratory donut to seal the deal. This thing may look like an oversized novelty rubber ducky, but it's in fact a streamlined jet ski. Riding this thing is like wearing a pair of rainbow suspenders to school. You're making a statement. A statement that pretty clearly leaves you open at turkey slaps, Indian burns, rear admirals and worst of all, filthy Sanchez's. Okay, I think it's about time you put that sea moped away so we can take a look at some real jet skiing. Pedro, my man, have some chicks. I tried moves like this once in Thailand, but I scratched up the rental. I had to work for 4 months in a Thai bathhouse to pay off the damage, but it was well worth it. Welcome to the 2005 Bubble Bobber Challenge. Here we are at the Voxer River just outside St. Petersburg, where this year's events will be held. Here we have Boris and Doris Baryshnikov making their final adjustments before the big event. The event is held over a grueling 1 kilometre course, where competitors will have to fight treacherous rapids, jagged rocks and personal temptation, all to make it across the finish line. Of the 160 competitors, Moscow-born Ivan Humpovich is the crowd favourite to win with his voluptuous raft Helga. Sources tell me he was up all night fine-tuning the vessel, and is now at even odds to come first. Despite a last-minute surge by Humpovich, local man Vladimir Tinkle took out the esteemed trophy with his streamlined raft Olga. Here we are in Central America, a place of rich culture, tropical heat, and juicy guava melons. This is a perfect place for a surf tour, and no adventure would be complete without a Technicolor Dreamboat. Costa Rica is Central America's alpha surf spot because of its variety of quality breaks like Pavonis and Ollie's Point. El Salvador is another little doozy, but one should never forget the Pocket Rock at Panama for its sweet rides. Places like these don't attract too many surfers, so you've pretty much got a free run of the break. Straight up, Central America is bursting with some awesome breaks just waiting to be ridden. One thing to watch out for though is the water quality, both on land and in the sea. It's not uncommon to come out after a surf wearing a boot you didn't go in with. And if you drink the water, well, let's just say Rip Curl doesn't make adult diapers, so it's probably not a good idea. Okay, these guys might look like they're about to have a fun run for recovering wedgie victims, but keep watching. Some of the things they're about to get into makes Tommy Lee look like a Star Wars geek. These punters are all part of a multi-sport endurance race across a range of adventure disciplines. Hiking, mountain biking, kayaking and shell collecting are all part of this grueling race. The infamous Yoda snake is rife around these parts and can take down an elephant with a single bite. The race is held in Borneo. The sweltering tropical heat isn't doing the competitors any favours. It would be like running a marathon in a sauna. A really big sauna. This race focuses on teamwork, and you're not finished until every member of your team crosses the line. Man, that's gotta be annoying. It's all smiles as Team Boba Fett crosses the finish line. In Croatia's Velebit National Park lies a massive underground cave. This cave was rumoured to lead straight to the pits of hell, so many years ago people would come from miles around to throw in cursed objects and items they wanted to banish forever. You know, the usual stuff: unlucky statues, evil animals, nude pictures of John Goodman, things like that. Today, an Austrian daredevil by the name of Felix Baumgartner is about to leap into the fabled cave. Good luck, buddy. Say good day to Bon Scott and the boys for me. Felix has a jump resume that boasts both the Petronas Towers in Malaysia and the Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro. But he said that this jump into the dark will definitely be his crowning achievement. Once Felix makes a landing, he will be the first man to ever set foot in the bottom of this cave, right behind that cameraman. In base jumping, the main cause of death is coming into contact with surrounding hazards. This jump is about as hazardous as it gets, with 360 degrees of pure hazard surrounding you. I'm no base jumper, but that sounds like plenty of hazards. This would have to go down as the ultimate jump. These drift races are about as dangerous as downtown Baghdad, but they're always good to draw a crowd. As if it isn't already bad enough, the only rider still upright has kicked dirt in their faces. Now that's a kick in the pants. What a romantic, taking his lady to Speedway. What's next, the kickboxing? The loose dirt doesn't only assist in the drift work, but it also acts as a handy arsenal to hold back your opponents. It's all fun and games now, but they're looking at some serious time out when Mum gets a look at those filthy jumpsuits. If you wanted to be treated to a great day out with the family, see some spills and go home with a mouthful of mud, then this is the place to be. The rodeo came about as a test of the cowboys' skills over usual challenges they would face in everyday ranch life. Things like roping calves and breaking in new horses were all part of it. But somewhere along the lines, the humble bronco became a little too easy to tame for the thrill-seeking cowboys. So to spice it up a little bit, they included the ballsiest event of all, bull riding. Here we have a full ton of furious man-hating meat, bucking and grunting in front of packed-out crowds. Hey, it kind of reminds me of the Rosie O'Donnell show. Don't worry mate, the joke's on him. He'll be having a steak dinner with his name on it before your wounds have time to heal. That ought to learn him. Tell you what, you'd have to be a few scones short of a tea party to enter one of these comps. The horns might have been filed down, but if one of these beasts gets you hard enough, you'll only make the entry wound more painful. This goofy footer from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, has spilled out onto the snowboarding circuit like an avalanche. His name is Travis Rice, and although he sounds like a dish you order from a Yum Cha menu, this guy's the real deal. Crawling out of Jackson Hole as a fired-up teenager, Rice managed to come out of his first X Games with a gold medal in the back pocket and an instant crowd following. This made his transition into professional snowboarding as easy as Paris Hilton after a few martinis. With heaps of natural skill and a hunger to match, this man was born to take out championships.
She's been with all of the bands except for me now. Wanna be just like him, I wanna be a star. Think I'm gonna learn how to play the guitar.
The Rice man is no stranger to pain. In the late 90s, he ruptured his spleen after a nasty spill at the Mammoth Grand Prix, spending 6 days in a hospital bed just itching to get back out on the slopes. But a busted spleen wasn't going to stop the man attempting big stunts. He later went on to pull off a massive 120-foot gap jump, overshooting the landing by about 80 feet. Now that's about as big as a jump can get. The Rice man has got skill up to his ski goggles and doesn't look like he'll be throwing in the towel anytime soon. Good work, Trice. Well, that's it for this season of Coolroom. Hope you had fun. We're out of here.